let me just talk about, yeah, let's just go through the spread. But there are four advice cards that fell out. These two fell out together, the Lovers and the Four of Swords. So I'm going to read their energies together. So, just think of it as like three advice cards, okay? But let's talk about the first cluster here. Um, for a lot of you, there is, I feel like an earth sign. So this is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And this is, I feel like this is somebody that you have known for quite some time. This is somebody that is kind of like coming in and out of your life. It might be a friend, just popping in, checking on you once in a while. There is some type of a physical attraction. It's like a weird dynamic between, sexual attraction with this person. So it's showing up here as the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. I feel like in the past, this person was not in a position, like it seems like timing is just off. It feels to me like this person has been in the friend zone for quite some time, or you might have been kept in their friend zone for quite some time. There is this underlying sexual tension and physical attraction. But for some reason, a relationship was never started because you're just not, your energy are very, very different. The way you communicate and the ways in which you approach one another, the things in which you want out of a relationship are just not in accordance with one another. This is somebody that is very, very, they can be materialistic as well. And they can be like a little bit just too wrapped up in finance, business, status, property, resources. And I feel like they are lacking in emotional and spiritual growth, okay? Despite being a king, I do feel that's the way that I'm reading this energy for today. I do feel that there is an underlying, this very strong sense of sexual attraction, but for some reason things have not been getting off the ground. I do feel there is temptation here to, if you are in a relationship, there might be some type of a temptation, some type of a solicitation for a clandestine affair coming in. If this is a friend and you want to salvage that relationship, be smart about this and don't do it, okay? If this is somebody that you are working with, definitely don't get involved in that because I don't feel it's going to bode well for you. Additionally, if you're in a relationship and you are tempted by this person, definitely steer clear of it, okay? On the other front, I feel like for a lot of you, this person might come up as somebody who is coming through with a business proposal. This is a job offer, a loan, somebody with financial backing that can help you with a specific project. They give very good practical advice in order for you to jumpstart some areas in your life. And I feel it's more on the practical front, which is more on the income generating front. For others of you, I feel like this might be somebody that comes through. You might have known them for quite some time and they're like, okay, I'm starting a business. Do you want to partner up? Or I'm going to, I'm like a financier. I'm going to invest in you and you run the business. So I definitely feel a major, major opportunity coming through from you, for you from an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For those of you who are dealing with this person as a as a romantic partner, I do feel you're really struggling with this dilemma. I feel like for a lot of you, it might be a clandestine affair. I feel for a lot of you, it might be even like an ex coming back in. And it's just somebody that, you can't get, that you can't have a stable relationship with, and they keep cycling in and out of your life. And I feel like at this point, you're very conflicted and you're very torn about how you want to proceed. For a lot of you, you are meeting up with this person like under the darkness, like under the covers of the night. And I do sense some like hesitation on your end. I feel like a little bit of shame. I don't know why. I feel like they're not a bad person. It's just together you have tried so many times and it seems to me like it's not really working out. Specifically, if you are dealing with a Virgo, I do feel that, if you're dealing with an earth sign in general, but Virgo specifically, I do feel that this is a situation where two people are lacking in the ability to compromise. Okay. And two people are lacking in like the spiritual insight to really make this situation work. And a lot of the times, what I mean by spiritual insight is I feel almost like I feel like this is your energy where you're kind of on the defense. You've been hurt by this person before, I'm feeling. And as a result of it, I feel like you are a little bit closed off. When they try to get near you, you let them back in because once again, there is that very strong sense of physical attraction. But I feel on the other hand, you're still kind of resentful that they walked out on you or they have hurt you in the past. So you're not able to give 100%. And then, after having them back in your life for some reason, the situation falls apart mainly because you're on the defensive. And I feel like the other person doesn't really know how to work together with you as a relationship partner. Okay. So even if this is like a friend and you have recently, reconnected or reconciled, family member that you are reconciling with as well, I feel like the same energy is very, very like on, off, like stop, go, mainly because two people are lacking in the ability to really work together as a unit. And when I see that, it basically means this is a situation that you need to sever ties with. And I feel like you're indecisive in doing this, and you're also feeling as if, oh, what's the harm to keep them coming back in? Well, if there is like a lot of problems when it pertains to like communication or even like, working together as a unit, it means you're not on the same wavelength, which inevitably means you're not on the same life path. Okay. So it is best to leave this situation alone. Okay. And especially if you are one of those people that have a relationship and you're stepping out of the relationship with this earth sign, I definitely feel somebody's doing some type of looking into, digging up information, unearthing something, and doing research or doing some type of I guess like sneaking around. So I definitely feel like somebody is out there digging up some secrets. Someone is trying to hold it in, or someone is trying to keep them at arm's length so that they don't know everything. So this is a very precarious path that you're on. And I feel this energy, the temptation, is coming greatly from you. So you want to be very, very mindful of this energy. I feel like for a lot of you, you might be single at this point, a person from your past coming back in, and you're very emotionally rattled. You don't trust what they have to say. And my advice is, if you don't trust it, just leave it alone. Don't re-engage in it. Okay. But I do feel that a part of you, you have a very good heart and you always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. So you feel like, well, if they can't be my lover, then at least we can at least be friends because, what's the harm? But I feel like it's emotionally destabilizing for you to constantly re-engage with a person that is not on your life path, because communication will never be, you won't be on the same page, and they will inevitably leave you high and dry. I see like the same patterns repeating. Okay. For others who are newly dating this person, I feel like a lot of you are afraid. Sorry, I'm waiting for that siren to pass. A lot of you are kind of like in a state where you're very utterly afraid about leaving yourself vulnerable. So you are doing some extra like digging to make sure this person is legitimate, to make sure this person is completely single. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's like very, very close to your ideal. And as a result of it, you're just like, this is too good to be true. I don't really believe it. I need to do some more digging. So I definitely feel somebody is like looking up some information on another person. So you might be, on the other hand, you might be on the investigative side of some type of industry, and you're doing some research, you're digging some information up. So that could be how it plays out on the mundane sense. In terms of your financial state, we have the Eight of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Cups. Finances is very, very fruitful for you for this month. So the Eight of Pentacles is a situation where we are working very, very diligently to hone in our craft, to develop our financial base, and to stabilize ourselves. So you're on the path to the Nine of Pentacles, which is the entrepreneur. So this is a very, very good card that indicates working hard, getting in the flow of things when it comes to, your work environment, feeling at ease, feeling in harmony, feeling as if you're in the flow of things and that good things will start to come your way. I feel the financial situation, because you're not worried about your finances, there's also a situation where, finances, once it's stabilized, it brings about a lot of emotional stability as well. So for those of you who have recently met a new love interest, I feel like if you think back, it might also coincide with your ability. Once the financial situation starts to stabilize, you might have attracted this new person coming into your life. So I feel like love and finances are usually inextricably linked because of that reason. When we are in a state where we are secure financially, we feel good about ourselves, and we feel as if we can take care of ourselves, it brings about, good energy, good vibration, and it allows us to attract higher vibrational people and friends, associate lovers, and things like that into our lives. So I feel like it's no coincidence that at this point you feel really good about your life, and finances has a lot to do with it, okay? On the work environment, I feel a lot of you are getting support. So we have here the Queen of Cups, which is a water sign. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There might be this energy around your work environment who is serving as a gentle, like a maternal figure, somebody who takes care of you. They might bring you coffee, food, and things like that. They might be your the shoulders for you to lean on. They might be your support network. They might also be, that one employee where you can have a lot of fun within the work environment, where you have like a great sense of like almost a telepathic link with them. So you understand each other. You understand like you can vent to them. So there's a lot of support coming through in your work environment. For a lot of you, this might serve as a very feminine, like supervisor, manager, somebody who knows and really appreciates all the skills you're bringing to the table. And as a result of it, they're very hands off, but they're there when you need them. So this is a very good mentor, emotional support person within your work sphere. What I'm also feeling here is when it comes to your family situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Prince of Pentacles, which is, the Knight of Pentacles. In your home environment, there's definitely like some type of I see a lot of you are kind of, so first off, if you are in a marriage situation, there is that temptation once again with the earth sign, okay? If you're outside, if you're in a marriage situation and you're seeing somebody outside, I definitely feel that there might be some struggles associated with that. Be very, very careful. Somebody's doing some digging, so you might want to cover your bases, okay? For others of you, I feel like you are in a position where you are harnessing a lot of financial opportunities. You're building up your financial base and you're feeling very, very on top of the world. And you have very high standards for yourself at this point about who you let into your life, who is like basically worth it, okay? So the Ten of Pentacles usually is a generational card when it indicates some type of family issue. Some type of family unit, like information or problems or even events concerning the family unit. I feel for a lot of you, you have established a relationship, like a very solid household foundation. So you could be living with a significant other. You could also be living, you could have your own property and you have established a home for yourself. And I feel like somebody who has not established a home for themselves, they're asking for either a place to stay or they're coming in a time of need and they might need your help. And I feel like their entry, this could be a friend, a brother, uncle, or it could just be like, I feel like for a lot of you, it might be a friend or like an extended relative who is kind of like down on their luck and they're coming in and they might need a place to stay. And I feel like you're assessing whether or not to let this person in your family Because, you know, if you look at the cards, it seems like everything here is very, very stable. So you're kind of like eyeing this situation and you're just like, do I want this to let this person in? On the one hand, they're kind of down on their luck, but on the other hand, I don't want them to be around my family unit because I'm not really sure if they're a positive influence. So you're making that type of an assessment. And I feel like in the past, you might have been dealing with this person with, you know, keeping them at arm's length, mainly because you don't really trust them. So I feel something like that is coming through this month where someone is asking for help. They haven't proven themselves to be, you know, the most reliable character in the past. So you're kind of hesitant about letting them in or even, you know, listening to what they have to say. On the other hand, I want you to just be very careful if you're stably married or living with a significant other and you have temptation outside of your relationship. I just don't feel that it's worth it, and I feel that things will come to light, so be mindful of that, okay? I definitely feel your financial situation is very, very lucrative. It just seems like it's very stable for this month. Now, in terms of your advice, so finances, work, environment, everything is going really well for you, Aries. I feel like the problem is in the relationship sector. So let me think about this. Well, let me just explain this situation. This looks to me like a situation that it's like star-crossed lovers. For some reason, two people are like really thinking about one another. They yearn for one another. They don't get enough sleep because they're up thinking about the other person. But the energies between the two of you is very disruptive and you're just not meant to be. It indicates to me like star-crossed lover. So if you look at the imagery, and the imagery jumped out at me when I pulled out these cards, it's sort of like there is a person that you long to be with. And I feel like the feeling is definitely mutual. But it's a heavy emotional relationship. And I feel like one or both partners might have a lot of drama in their lives. They don't know how to handle it with themselves. So then they might make their problem yours and or vice versa. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So I feel like for a lot of you, it might be an air sign. So Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, who's dealing with their own sort of emotional turmoil. You yourself are in a very, very good financial state or in a very, very good station in your life right now where you're not really sure why they are constantly stuck. And it's really hard for you to form a relationship with this person or maintain a relationship, mainly because you're in a very good space right now and they're not. And as a result of it, you're getting sucked up in all their mental anguish, in all their mental energy. Okay. There's a lot of self-doubt as well. Pertaining relationship, there is a major decision here that needs to happen. We have the Lovers card, and the Lovers is a very, very good card, but it can also indicate interference as well. So I am just getting, you know, star-crossed lovers. I'm getting temptation as well. For those of you who are single, this bode very well, and I feel like there's a lot of communication, a lot of options coming through for you. Whether, like I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, I feel like there are options coming through, but I don't feel that they are, you know, promising as a long-term prospect. And if you must, you know, solidify a relationship, wait until, you know, the very last week of this month or even July. I feel that would be best. Okay. So I feel like you are very heavily physically attracted to another person, but communication has been very difficult. You don't have same, you know, philosophical outlook, and you don't have the same life path. You don't have the same goals in life. And this is the month in which you realize, you know, maybe I need to sever ties, let it go completely. I feel like somebody's in need of some help. I feel like emotional support, and they're coming through. I feel for a lot of you, if you're not dealing with this situation as a romantic lover or like as a temptation to step outside of the relationship, I feel like a family member is dealing with some grief or some stress and they need your emotional support. But I feel like the relationship has been very up and down. And as a result of it, you don't know how you can help them because you feel like it's kind of like talking to a brick wall. You don't feel like you're making any progress with them. The communication has been very difficult and you don't want to re-engage with this person. The advice here is that you have options coming through. You're not seeing the forest for the trees, and it feels like these options are actually very good for you, but you're ruminating on something that you want that wasn't meant for you, okay? And it's causing a lot of anguish as a result of it. But I do feel that the sword energy it's a mental energy, is not real. So you want to snap out of this state and pick yourself up and, just get out there and grab these opportunities when they come in. So I feel like there's definitely that sense of ruminating, feeling a little bit like, why isn't life fair? Why does it have to work out this way? And as a result of it, don't act on any urges, don't act on any impulses. I feel like it's basically telling you to take it easy. If you are looking for new love, try to manifest. Try to pray for the right relationship partner, but try to manifest it. Because I do feel like a lot of you are dealing with residual disappointment. Somebody from the past potentially coming back in and asking for a second chance or trying to reconnect with you. And there's this very strong pull towards them. But I feel like deep down in your hearts of hearts